What's up, Klamath Falls? Let's make it loud. Big roosters crowing, drawing a crowd.
What's up, Klamath Falls? This is Dave.
What's up, Klamath Falls? This is Mike. In the words of Emerson, Lake, and Palmer, welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends. I guess it's not a laughing matter. Not today, not this one.
Yeah.
Story we've been doing.
So yeah, this is part 2, and probably the pin in the hat of the Glenn Zmozniak. I guess now he can be officially the previous Klamath County superintendent, school board superintendent.
Yeah, he's off on his platinum parachute retirement
Yeah.
world tour or whatever he's doing. He can afford a world tour, that's for sure. Ah, boy. Yeah. I thought this would get more hits. Maybe it's the time of year, but this is something that affects your kids.
Yeah, and we kind of, so this is definitely, I guess, a microscope on, we'll call it his 7 year?
7-year tenure.
His tenure, but also just what is going on with the Klamath County School Districts. It's been eye opening, and not in a good way, I guess. There's where you want to start? It's kind of
Well, I don't know. We can. I guess we could start with their new fancy facility that used to be the Asian buffet there on Washburn Way.
yeah.
And I don't know how many. 10,000, 12, 20,000 square foot facility for 8 people
Right.
with its own kitchen, commercial kitchen, and ice cream machine. That's nice. I think there's 8 people that are there on a regular basis, and they get to enjoy 8 big screen TVs. So I guess it's nice that they have one each. That's our money that they're using, by the way, for this.
Well, and why? Yeah. So why is that needed? It seems like the amount of even use or meetings that are held there doesn't. I mean, warrant. Yeah, gourmet commercial kitchen, and yeah,
No, you really don't need a gourmet kitchen for. I
soft
used to work in the
soft serve. I
tech
don't.
industry in California. We didn't have a facility that nice ever.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, it's insane the amount of work that they put into that facility, and I don't know what they paid for it. I'm sure I could FOIA that as well and find out what they spent on it to buy the property and what they spent on it to do the. I know what it costs to renovate Henson's Speakeasy and Mongolian Barbecue or Mongolian Grill. And I can pretty much assure you that probably 3 to 4 times that amount was spent to redo this building. So, again, why? There's just no reason outside of wanting to live in the lap of luxury as an educator. And they're not even educators at that level, right? I mean, these are administrators that are, in my opinion, sponging off the backs of those millions of dollars could have gone to our schools in Klamath County instead of renovating a building for 8 people with a gourmet kitchen and some some big screens.
Well, so just a quick, according to the World Wide Web, it was, let's see, it was active for sale at $750.
750,000.
Yeah. And I guess for a restaurant, that I could definitely see that because that's a moneymaker. Or
As a restaurant,
well, that's what it was. It was
Yeah.
the Asian buffet. So yeah,
Right.
I mean, we'll call it 800 for a restaurant. That's
of that size,
seeable. That's yeah.
and it's a quality facility. I mean, it's well built. There's big open beams and all kinds of nice stuff on the inside. That is absolutely until our students have classrooms like that, I don't really think the administrators need facilities like that.
Right.
Get yourself a trailer,
Yeah.
portable.
Yeah.
That's more than sufficient. Put an air conditioner in the window and call it good. Um,
It's good enough for a classroom. Should be good enough for them.
right. Well, and then I mean, it would be beneficial if they actually did something worthwhile. I mean, there's so much waste. The books. So I don't know if you guys are aware. I guess if you have students in school, you're aware. We don't have permanent textbooks. They're Klamath County. The textbooks are disposable. So at the end of every year, they just throw them away and spend tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars replacing them every year. Brand new textbooks every year. And one of the viewers of the show, made a comment that it's a great way to keep history flexible.
Mm-hmm.
Hard to teach history when you're starting fresh every year, right?
Well,
So,
yeah, I remember the textbook back in the day. They had you were supposed to put your name and the year, and that was
who's your textbook for that?
shoot 5-10 spots for that book.
Yeah.
Math doesn't change. History.
Well, I remember making covers for them. So,
Yeah.
because when you handed it in at the end of the year, it was still in decent condition for the next incoming class. Because, math doesn't really change. History doesn't change unless you're the government and want it to.
Well, and when we say disposable, we're talking, a commercial, not your garbage can at your house. We're talking the yard. What do you call
Dumpsters.
dumpsters, full size. The amount was undisclosed, but more than one, full of all these books, and that is just sickening from every financial aspect.
Well, and they said that some books were thrown away just because nobody wanted to read them. So they bought them. They were there. Nobody wanted to read them, so they just threw them away.
Yeah.
This is our money that they're just everybody, not just the parents, everybody should be beyond pissed off about this. We don't have an abundance of money in Klamath County, and we cannot reiterate that enough. And and I know some people have tried to blame the county commissioners on this also. For what it's worth, the commissioners and the Klamath County School District are separate, equal entities. They don't report. The school district doesn't report to the commissioners and vice versa.
Right.
So this is not a commissioner's issue, and I'm not trying to defend anything to do with the county commissioners. I'm just being honest on how it actually is set up and operates. And then just the issues that go on inside the school, inside the classroom. We have, and we have names that we're not going to release in this because of minors at the time, but we have high school teachers having relations with students that got discovered.
Thankfully, got discovered.
And instead of it being reported to DHS or an investigation, they were just, hey, tell you what, why don't you just resign and move on? And then you can go, do the same filthy stuff at another school and victimize some students in another town or state. And that was it. Resignation, moved on. Probably still doing the same thing somewhere else. Absolutely disgusting. And how those that protect that and sweep that under the rug sleep at night or can look at themselves in the mirror, man. And don't, I'm just saying, you can't deny it. It's there. It happened.
Well, and it works both ways because I know of a female female grade school teacher. I don't believe they're working this year because they were concussed because
Multiple times.
well, assaulted multiple times, but yes, was concussed in one of the occasions, same day occasion. And they are going through medical and cannot be released because a grade schooler assaulted them, and there is no backup.
There's no accountability.
No.
No, the teacher's just out of luck, and the student is still in school. And if you are the parent of one of these students, and your little angel that you don't think could do something like that has done something like that, that's a failure on you as a parent. That's a direct indictment on you as a failure as a parent if your student thinks it's okay to go out and physically assault a teacher.
Yeah.
Period. The flip side of that, though, too, I suppose, would be if your student is being assaulted by a teacher, sexually or otherwise. Yeah, they absolutely have a right to report that, but not just violence for the sake of violence on a teacher is absolutely not acceptable. And if you are one of those that believes that you're, again, your student, your little prince or princess is not guilty of doing anything because a teacher might have had it coming or whatever, I'm just going to say you're part of the problem. But the fact of the matter is, it goes on without repercussion, both sides, students against teachers, teachers against students. And do you hear about it? No. Is there repercussions over it? No. So on top of rewarding themselves with great buildings and fancy parties out at the Running Y and millions of dollars in retirement funds and so on, they're letting this stuff go on too.
Well, in this last year too, the teachers in the district was in a bind because the teachers wanted a raise. They're like, whoa, we don't have that.
Yeah, well, we can't afford to give you guys a decent wage.
Yeah, so
you can go have an ice cream over on Washburn, though, if you'd like, at our ice cream machine in our headquarters.
I don't even know if they were invited to that.
Probably not.
Hey, you can go look at it. Just don't touch.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I cannot imagine. Put yourself in their shoes. Can you imagine? I'm not knocking the kids necessarily either, but I know for myself, being in a classroom with, I don't know, 20, 25 students all day, every day, it can't be easy. The level of respect that the younger generation has for adults is very, very slim anymore, it seems like. There are some great kids out there, and I'm not taking anything away from them. But I've also seen just utter disrespect from grammar school age kids towards adults because they just don't care, and they're taught that they don't have to care. They're just brought up that way, and it's sad. So kudos to our teachers. I mean, the most of them are very good, very decent, hardworking people that their day doesn't end when the bell rings at the end of the day. They go home, they've got papers to correct, they've got assignments to create, they've got a ton of work on them. Plus, they donate back so much of their salary because the school district doesn't give them budgets that are sufficient enough to work with to have the materials in the classroom that they need for teaching. So they end up spending money. I know teachers personally, they end up spending their own money to try to provide a decent education for these kids when those that are in charge are throwing away, buying disposable books every year and building fancy headquarters for, 7, 8 administrators. It's and rewarding the people like Glenn Zizmoniak, or however you say that, with $1.4 million retirement plans that also, includes their PERS, and they're going to get their Social Security. I mean,
well, and health, yeah,
and it's health care.
Yeah.
It's absolutely unacceptable. Is it illegal? I would say some of it is borderline as far as not reporting the actions that are actually going on with students and teachers, physical violence, sexual assault, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I mean, the DHS has already, there's multiple examples of the DHS it goes that high too. They don't even really respond. I know up in St. Helens, Oregon, I was reading a story that two teachers were continually doing relationship type things with students, and it was known about. One of them retired, and the other one was still under investigation, but still in the classrooms. And I know that can be a fine line because a student has an issue with a teacher, nothing related to any of this, and just wants to report them for it. They get suspended. That puts a strain on the school, but at the same time, err on the side of safety, right? And there was 474 teachers investigated statewide last year. 474 teachers investigated by DHS. There's a problem. There is definitely a problem there.
Well, yeah, and getting back, so I guess the reason why we're both on this story, just some averages for you. So Lake County, which is definitely smaller, their superintendent out that way, ballpark-ish, is 135,000 a year. I'll save the best for last. So Lake Oswego, a swanky Portland neighborhood, is only at ballpark 148,000. Which I'll call it. I'll call those both are under Glenn's retirement year at 100,000. So he was ballpark 230 for his final year. That's 100,000 ish less than those two. The only one.
More.
Well, yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah.
The only one that is reasonable up there, I guess. I mean, is Hillsboro at 190,000 a year, and these are big money grinding counties. This is Klamath County. You don't need 240 to be comfy here.
Right.
On top of all your other perks,
Yeah, $700 a month car allowance and
cell phone and
yeah,
donations, for your request to whatever charity you want, but it's that's the sickening part to me. Why in Klamath County is that dude ballparking? I'll lower it a little bit. Why is he over $80,000 more than Lake Oswego, which is
right.
pretty swanky, and this guy's just rolling in it, and he doesn't have to pay the, I'm sure, mortgage of a Lake Oswego house.
Right. Yeah, I mean he's up. Apparently he's in running Y, which is probably as close as you're going to get in Klamath County to Lake
Right.
Oswego
Right.
style, but still, yeah, I'm pretty confident the property values out there still aren't what else Lake Oswego is.
No, not at all.
So yeah, and I mean Hillsboro, 190,000. He was making 239 here. I mean, it's just, it seems like Klamath County is for suckers, right? I hate to say that because I love it here, but man, if you are in the political world or come to Klamath County and screw us over and then leave, that seems to be the MO of a lot of folks. And it's just sickening. We can't afford it. And I know people, oh, well, the money comes from the state, blah, blah, blah. Well, think of how much more effective that money could be then if it was applied towards students and not disposable books and fancy buildings with gourmet kitchens and ice cream machines and big screen TVs. And we squander so much and then wonder why people don't want to stay here.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't take care. For lack of a better way to put it, we shit where we sleep. And that's, I've never understood that mentality. I never will. Yeah, it's one thing to want to do well for yourself, have a good income and all that. But especially if you're in the education sector, it's on you to make sure that the students get what they need first, that the teachers get what they need as well. You're an administrator. I'm sorry, you're not that important.
And especially not when you're going to back up or have just on the decent side. I mean, for the grade school teacher that got injured by a grade school student at work, and that I know that battle is still going on, and there's no backup from um, the
School
Klamath
district.
County, yeah, the school district. There's no backup on that at all. That's the teacher was, should be backed up by your employer. There's
Instead of
no
giving a tough shit, sorry about your loss,
right,
or whatever, your injury.
yeah, and on the other side of things, the high school teacher that was abusing student, they're allowed to uh, just go away. We don't want to hear about this and go,
Go cause
with no
problems somewhere else.
repercussions. That student has got to be devastated, and it's just there's no backup on action. There's no backup on the wages going through for the teachers by the school district. Meanwhile, Govniak had a $240,000 year, and he's fine. I mean, there's makes no sense.
No, and I haven't done the math. I'm not sure what 1.4 million over 7 years looks like, but I guess I could do it real quick. He's living well, especially when you consider he gets his PERS on top of that, and he's of age to where he could, if he chose to, file and collect his Social Security. The man is doing very well and off of our shoulders. So, and at the loss of, in my opinion, at the loss of our students, because we talked about it the last episode, um,
200 a year.
200K a year. That's sufficient, I would think.
So 200, yeah, really 200 a year plus your retirement that you don't have to touch. That's just sitting there. Plus, I believe his wife, somebody was also in the mix getting their PERS. Usually, when like a wife, husband, both are teachers, there's only one per account, and so they were able to secure both their PERS.
Man,
On top of the 200, the 1.4 was just a thank you.
right. Yeah, yeah. Hey, thanks for screwing us over. Here's some more.
Right. So I'm still calling him a negotiator. There's no other better word for that dude. From what he did in 7 years, he started. He got 90. So $90,000 in 7 years from start to finish from the Klamath County School District
In raises.
in raises.
$80,000 in 7 years in raises. Man, I've worked my butt off in the past and never got close to that.
Right. Yeah.
I got $3 an hour. I was pretty happy.
Yeah, I believe the standard. I think I saw for COLA for teachers is 5%.
He did well to exceed that, didn't he?
Pretty sure that's not. Yeah.
Well, and as a superintendent, I'm sure he was involved in the purchase of the building there on Washburn and the renovations and all that. And so, not only was he doing well to sponge every penny that he could for personal use out of us, but squandered money on a facility like that as well. And again, not necessary. Absolutely not necessary. Great facility, not for 8 regular occupants, kind of overkill. So I don't know, you guys. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know how we react to this. I don't know if we, when you have people that aren't elected officials that are treating the community this way, how do you hold them accountable? And I guess maybe that might be a follow up somewhere down the road. But more than anything on this, we just wanted you to be aware of just how bad our school system is, and it explains a lot. And it's no indictment of students or teachers. It's an indictment of a system that fails the students and teachers, and it needs to be fixed. And I don't know. I'm kind of at a loss. I hate to say it right now. I guess maybe by exposing it is where you start, but I'm not sure where it goes from here. Um, but something needs to change. Klamath County needs to start living like it's broke because it is.
Right. Well, and maybe not. I mean, there is no. I forget. What was the new superintendent coming in?
Who is it?
Well, no. I was gonna say I think their wage. What was it? 170 coming in.
Yeah, something like that. Still doing quite well.
Yeah, compared to Lake Oswego, why is a starter superintendent in Klamath County getting more than
186.
Lake Oswego? Ritzy environment, yeah, especially I'm sure their school district. I'm not sure, but why is a Klamath County superintendent paid more than a Lake Oswego superintendent? There is no rhyme or reason for that. I mean, Hillsboro, she's going to top Hillsboro. I mean, a couple years, the way.
Oh yeah, once she gets her $90,000 pay raise over the next 7 years, she'll be doing better than Zizmaniac.
Yeah. Why are we just throwing the money out to one person?
I challenge her to bring our students' GPAs up and provide for teachers and students instead of pursuing. You're already getting a livable wage for Klamath County and
Right.
beyond.
Right.
Maybe instead of pushing for more and more and more, becoming the subject of the next one of these, you can actually divert some of that money where it needs to go, and help these students out. Maybe buy some hardback books. Um, yeah, a good place to start, so you're not buying new literature every year.
Yeah, if you wanted to be the Klamath superintendent, fix it. I mean, we're just here doing a podcast. We have our opinions, but I mean that's your job. You wanted it, you got it. Fix it. Do something.
Yeah.
I mean,
There's your challenge.
and there what? So we know the commissioners, Klamath County commissioner wage, is under 100.
88,000 a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, for a county commissioner.
So
She's making double that. Do something, right?
and really, if you think about, she's in charge of the students. They're in charge of the whole county.
Right.
So I'm sure that per ratio, and here's my math skills, I'm pretty sure that a commissioner is in charge of a larger population getting paid less than your populations of students. Not discrediting the student thing. I'm just saying you have less effect on, or you're getting paid more for less people in your account.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and it kind of goes back to, granted, okay, some of the money comes from the state. I get that. But 41 cents of every tax dollar in Klamath County, I've gone over this ad nauseum. 41 cents of every dollar, more than any other division, whatever you want to call it, of that dollar in Klamath County. By far, Klamath County, the school district gets by far the most money. And this is what we get in return. So if the state is providing a huge portion of the money, I'd like to know why we're still paying 41 cents on each tax dollar to the school district.
Yeah.
So there you go.
And right now, I'd like to see the numbers on this. We can go through. I mean, we have
records.
Yeah, we have pages of basically each. I'll call it 2 years of Glenn's 7 years.
We got the original contract.
Well, right, but I'm saying, his contracts were like 3 years, and he would come in about every year and a half. No, I need some. I can't. So we can go through that. I'm just saying that this whole expose is just made me sick. I mean, and we'll see what the views do on this thing, but you guys should be as riled up as we are, but we can dive deep and let's see what Glenn got each year or whatever. But right now, this is just sickening.
I mean, yeah. I mean, the thing with Glenn is he got his, right? He's going to get his fat retirement and all that. And probably didn't do anything immoral. Absolutely. Illegal. Probably not. All depends on his knowledge of some of these instances that we're aware of. I would say some of that borderlines on illegal if he was aware and did not report it to DHS. But it's a broken system. I mean, it is truly a broken system, and that seems to be consistent in a lot of things in Klamath County, whether it's borderline okay real estate transactions by some folks in government, or by the school district doing this, or there is so many people that claim to love this county and this town that do nothing but just put the screws to it, and
Well, yeah,
and its citizens.
there's a couple. Well, I guess he just passed, unfortunately. But Kellstrom used to be in there, and then Ed Caleb was another questionable fellow. So what? Why are we suckers or apt to give these people just?
In Klamath County School District, we see you. We know you're a follower of the show. Let's hear from you. What do you have to say for yourself? Do you have a representative you want to bring on the show to disclaim or defend any of these? I was going to say accusations. They're not accusations; they're facts.
Yeah.
But you guys follow us for a reason, right? So let's hear from you. What do you have to say for yourself?
Why was Golden Glen
Golden Glen, I love it.
Why was he given 1.4 mil? Just
why was he paid so well to begin with?
Yeah.
Especially when the results weren't there.
Right.
I guess the great parties out the running Y were good for something that he threw. So, but no, we'd like to hear from you, Klamath County School District. You follow us. Let us hear from you. Other than that, I think I'm gonna call this a wrap on the story for now, unless something big jumps out or the school district reaches out and does want to have their side of the story aired. I'd be more than happy to give you guys a seat here at the table. But
as DeGroot says, it's game on.
Taking my toys and going home.
Thanks, guys.
We'll see you guys later. Thanks. We'd love to hear from you.